The world is it's changing so fast, right? And you have to wonder, how does some people not just survive all that chaos, but actually use it to get ahead? Well, that's exactly what we're breaking down today. We're talking about the AQ edge.
It's a question we've all probably asked ourselves at some point, right? Think about it. You see it happen all the time. You've got two people, or maybe two companies, and they're facing the exact same storm. One of them just navigates it brilliantly, comes out stronger, and the other, completely wiped out. So what's the difference? Let me tell you, it's not luck. It's all about a very specific kind of intelligence.
Because let's be honest, the world we're all operating in right now, it's intense. We're talking about some real pressure,
piled on top of some very real uncertainty about what's even coming around the corner.
And it is all happening in real time. There's no pause button. This is the challenge we're all facing.
So the big question is, how do you meet a challenge like that? Well, the answer lies in something called Adaptability Intelligence, or AQ for short. And trust me, it's probably a lot more than what you're thinking. It goes way deeper.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, right? We all know the word adaptability. At its core, it's pretty simple. It's just the capacity to adjust your thinking, your behaviors, and even your emotions when stuff changes. And look, that's a super important skill to have. It's the foundation.
But here's the thing, that's just the beginning. In the world we're living in now, just adjusting, that's not enough. That's kind of like playing defense. To really get ahead, to thrive, you've got to play offense. And that's where AQ comes in. This is just the starting line.
It's really easy to mix up AQ with things like flexibility or resilience. And don't get me wrong, those are super important traits. Think of resilience like a spring. You get pushed down, you bounce back. But AQ is different. It's more dynamic. It's more like a tree that doesn't just survive the winter. It grows stronger because of it. See the difference? It's not about bouncing back to where you were. It's about evolving forward.
And that right there, that's the heart of it. This is the core definition. It's the ability to evolve in real time, under real pressure, with real uncertainty. Not after the storm is past, but right in the middle of it. That is the essence of AQ.
Okay, so the theory is pretty powerful. I think we can all agree on that. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's dive into AQ in action and see what it looks like for individuals and for leaders. So if you're an individual with high AQ, you just don't get paralyzed when things get messy or ambiguous. You're a super rapid learner, and you're not afraid to let go of old ideas that just aren't working anymore. You're great at reframing problems, staying emotionally regulated when everyone else is freaking out, and you somehow maintain your direction even when everything is just total disruption.
Now take that and apply it to a leader, and it becomes a massive force multiplier. A high AQ leader, they can adjust the entire company's course without ever losing sight of their center, their core vision. They're the person who keeps the whole team grounded. They can take in a flood of new information and innovate under pressure. And this is the cool part. They don't just get through a crisis. They actually turn that crisis into a catalyst for growth.
Okay, but let's be really clear about something. This isn't just some nice-to-have, soft skill. Not anymore. In today's world, AQ is the new critical divider. It's literally the line between thriving and just stagnating. The stakes are incredibly high.
Look at this. When things are shifting this fast, it's your AQ that determines whether you thrive or you stagnate. It's what decides if your organization rises to the challenge or if it collapses under the pressure. And sometimes, it's the difference between being here tomorrow or disappearing altogether. That's the stark choice, and it's the reality we are all facing right now.
So all of this leaves us with one final, really important question. It's something I want you to ask yourself the next time you're hit with a major change or some unexpected challenge. When things change, do you just adjust? Make a few tweaks here and there to get by? Or do you see it as an opportunity to truly evolve? Because the answer to that question, well, that reveals your AQ edge.